You've just returned home from the supermarket, carrying 2 bags of groceries, your arms nearly giving way. Before you've even closed the door, your dog has already jumped off the sofa, gently resting its head on your knee, its entire weight pressing against your leg. It's not a playful scratch, nor an excited leap, but a steady, consistent approach, as if saying, "I'm here, everything's all right." At first, you might find it annoying, another need, another interruption, especially when you're so exhausted you can't even catch your breath. But contact changes everything. One body close to another conveys more information, reducing guesswork and increasing a sense of security. It becomes a living wall, a reference point, an anchor, helping your brain distinguish important signals in a noisy world. When external noise increases, the doorbell rings, fireworks explode across the street, thunder rumbles, stress usually escalates. A dog's physical contact can help you relax, reducing tension in your sympathetic nervous system, the switch that makes your heart race and stress spike. It feels like a hug, but more direct and pure. Dogs don't grip your shoulders like people do, but they use their weight and closeness to convey a signal. That touch, simple yet profound, makes you feel understood and accepted amidst the day's fatigue. Contact changes the math. One surface touching another means more data, fewer blind zones, less guesswork. A body at their side becomes a living wall, a reference point, an anchor that helps the brain sort signal from noise. And when the world gets louder, a stranger at the door. Fireworks 2 streets over, the metallic crack of thunder. The pressure usually gets heavier for a reason. Firm body contact can dampen arousal inside the sympathetic nervous system. The same stress circuitry tied to cortisol and rapid scanning. What feels like a hug is usually something more mechanical, and in a strange way more profound. A dog cannot clasp your shoulders, so the signal gets rerouted through mass, pressure, and contact area. This is where the human fantasy starts to crack. Your dog is not standing there composing a sentimental speech. They are using ancient mammalian tools: pressure, stillness, affiliative proximity, co-regulation. And for the dog, leaning is not some dramatic surrender scene either. It is efficient mammalian communication. Weight shared is vigilance reduced. And if hearing that hits you in the chest a little, then this part matters. Because a lot of people don't just misunderstand the lean, they feel guilty about it. That difference creates so much unnecessary shame. A person thinks, if they keep leaning on me, maybe I've made them insecure. So if you've ever looked at your dog leaning on you, and felt a sting of sadness because you thought it meant neediness, or fear, or something broken in the bond, let that soften. This is not a story about you failing to be enough. It's a story about 2 different species, finding one physical language they can both understand. Your dog does not need you to perform love the way a person does, and that's why the lean can feel so emotional. Even when almost nothing happens on the surface, no speech, no dramatic gesture, just pressure, warmth. So please don't turn this into another reason to blame yourself. Not every missed cue is neglect. Not every strong attachment is dysfunction. And not every silent request from an animal is a test you can fail. Sometimes it's simply one living body saying to another, "Stay here with me for a moment." So before you leave with one more thing to remember, do not turn this into homework. Do not make a ritual out of it. Do not stand in your kitchen tonight thinking, "I need to respond perfectly when my dog comes over." The next time you come home wrung out, or you catch yourself pacing from room to room with your jaw tight, and your thoughts still stuck in the day, try one thing. Sit on the floor for 2 or 3 minutes, no commands. If your dog comes over, let them come over. If they lean, notice the exact point where their weight meets you, your shin, your knee, your hip, your side. Feel how quickly your own breathing wants to change when something warm and alive settles against you, without asking you to explain yourself first. Watch whether your exhale gets a little longer. And if your dog doesn't come over, this still works. Put one hand on the floor or against the couch cushion. If this kind of pet interaction brings you back into your body, that is not weakness. It's your nervous system recognizing a form of connection that lets it recover without performing. And if you do try it, Come back and tell me what happened. What is the one tiny thing your pet does that pulls you out of the day fastest? Leaning against your legs, sitting on your feet, putting a head on your lap, following you into the quiet? I want to know which small moment resets your nervous system before you even realize it.